We go.
Air traffic control, bring in New York. Roger that. Bring in Canada. 10-4. Gentlemen, we have liftoff.
This is Radio.
He shoots and scores.
It's hockey time. Here are your hosts, the Big B, Coach K, and Bacon.
The waiting is over. You believe in miracles? Yes!
And now for Pucks and Pints.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is Cave Crew Radio. And if you're new to the new format during hockey season, Pucks and Pints will be the topic of the pre-show. But don't worry, we got a big Cave Crew Radio coming up. No Bacon. It's off to disappear off the face of the earth. But Big B and Coach K,
hi there,
are here. 2 games in the books. What do you got, Big B?
Well, we got game 2 coming up tonight for the Rangers. They looked, I don't know, to me, they looked flat. They didn't have much drive. They were kind of just going through the motions almost. I expect a much better game tonight, and I'm hoping Rempe is back in the lineup tonight.
Too much of a layover, maybe.
Well, I mean, Florida had the same layover, basically, minus 1 day because they played the next day. They both finished in 6 games. Florida had 1 less layover day. So I wouldn't put it on that. I think you'll see a much more passionate, much more almost desperate team tonight in the Rangers. And like I said, I'm hoping Rempe is back in the lineup to lay some hits on.
Not hits. Beat the shit out of Kachuk and Bennett.
Well,
beat the living shit out of them.
That's the added bonus. But watching the game, I mean, the Rangers were just getting bounced around. It wasn't even like fighting. It was just the Rangers were getting bounced around last game, and they were getting hit, and they were getting hit hard.
That's the game those guys play.
That's why you need Rempe in the lineup to kind of counteract that. With Trouba's always been a hard hitter. Cooley and Rempe, you can kind of even out the hitting.
And I'd put Wheeler in, but I don't think they did.
Yeah, he just got cleared. I don't know how much game shape he's in yet. Like with what's his name, Filipino, they had to ramp him. Like he was cleared for probably a month prior, but they had to ramp him up into game shape to play. What did he play? Game 4, I think it was in the second round.
Yeah.
They probably have to do the same thing with Wheeler because he literally just got cleared, I think, earlier this week.
I'm telling you, like I'm not doing well. I was not up, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. I worked today. Fucking double overtime. How does Skinner take you into double overtime? I fucking hate the Oilers. I hate the Panthers. It would be a double-headed coin flip of who I hate more. I want to see the Stars, and I want to see New York.
Can you imagine if it's a Oilers-Panthers Cup final?
I fucking hate Edmonton. They're now my new number 1 most hated team. I might not even watch it. I would cheer for Florida.
So let me ask you this. Edmonton is not a regional rival to the Maple Leafs or to you personally.
No.
Why do you hate the Oilers so much?
Why do you hate New Jersey, the Islanders.
Because they are a regional and divisional rival.
We have a big, big country. McDavid is not the be-all to end-all. Neither is Draisaitl. Neither is Hyman. Neither is Nurse. Neither is Bouchard. They are not Canada's team.
Well, McDavid is the best player in the NHL. Sorry. Austin Matthews is probably number 2, but McDavid is the best player in the NHL.
It's one guy. Anyway, over to my team, just to give you an update, ladies and gentlemen. I am a Leaf fan. We have a new coach, Craig Berube. I like him. I've gone back. I've researched where he's been in Philadelphia, what he did in St. Louis. He's a tough guy. He ain't going to take the bullshit. Sheldon Keefe got hired by the Devils. God bless your soul.
So let me ask you, because you know more about Sheldon Keefe certainly than I do, because he was the coach of your team for what, five seasons or whatever it was. Will he help the Devils' young players develop?
Here's the deal. Sheldon Keefe, I think, don't quote me on this, is third all time in regular season wins. Can't get over the hump in the playoff. What I like about Berube, I don't want to take a lot of time because we're running out, but Berube does not like these backward passes and the side to side. He came right out and he said, we're going to go north and we're going to go south and we're going to be responsible in all 3 zones. If that's true, I agree.
I mean, I see it with the Rangers. And that was pretty evident in game 1 with the backwards passes, the side to side. A lot of times, one of their major flaws is they look for the extra pass instead of shooting the puck. So I like that theory. Just go north to south. Punch them in the mouth. Go north to south. Put shots on net, and look for dirty rebounds.
Agree. It's always been my philosophy. So last thing, I've been saying it for 5 years. Hopefully they're going to get rid of that piece of fucking shit. Marner. Oh, we're not going to get much for him. He's a year and he's a cut. Who cares? It's $11.5 million in salary. He's a useless piece of shit. If the Rangers want him, they can have him.
They don't want him.
Give us the salary cap. Sign Bertuzzi. Sign Domi. That's our first line. Get like one of these guys from Carolina that are walking on defense. Fuck, if you could trade him, one of the rumors is trade him for Sorrow from Nashville. I can't see that happening, but I'd take that.
I love, because I've seen a bunch of rumors. I love when, and it's all driven by Toronto fans and fan sites and all of this. Let's trade Mitch Marner for Connor McDavid and pair him with Austin. That's never going to happen. You're never going to trade Mitch Marner for UC Soros. It's just not going to happen. He's not that good of a player.
Listen, trade him for a bucket of pucks and an NHL-ready third liner, and we got $11.5 million worth of salary to spend on hockey players.
See, I think a realistic trade for him, I mean, you could go for, a second rounder and maybe, a minor league, an AHL player that's on the cusp of breaking into the NHL. I think that's a good trade for Mitch Marner.
But everyone's missing the point, BB. It's the salary retention.
Oh, for sure.
Think of what you could do. Give Domi $3 million. Give Bertuzzi $4 million. That's $7 million. You got 4.5. Plus, you're going to let Brody walk and Giordano. And now you got some money to play with.
What about your man Ryan Reeves?
Look, he stepped up in the playoffs. I'm silenced on him. He actually stepped up. Anyway, Pucks and Pints next time. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. Stay tuned for our pre-show Pucks and Pints free agent. Maybe we'll do a full show.
Ooh.
Free agency. Anyway, here we go. Big show ahead. That's why you're here. Or you're not here. Or whatever.
It's Friday, bitches. It's Friday, bitches. It's Friday. It's Friday. Yeah, come on. It's Friday, bitches. It's Friday, bitches. It's Friday. Wow, back for more in 24. It's Cave Crew Radio. CaveCrewRadio.com.
There was a time when the world turned their back on men. Men with a dream and savage yearning within them. Legions compelled by passion that knows no boundary. A consuming flame that defies plausible explanation. Battling the forces of domestication, they find the courage to band together to experience the awesome power of being men.
I say this with all due respect.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Today's broadcast of the Masculine Feminist has been commandeered by the secret society No Ma'am.
Gotta go to a place where I get a shot and a beer, steak, man. Saying we can stop, get pancakes, and then we'll get laid, all right?
Why do you drink ice cold beer on a hot day?
Mr. Craven, what else are you gonna do with it?
To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
The Yankees are champions of baseball. It's a power play goal.
This is Cave Crew Radio.
Indeed, it is, ladies and gentlemen. My name is DK. I am live in my cave in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. We are live on cavecrewradio.com. We are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Pulse Talk Radio in the UK in the early morning. We are also syndicated around the world and available wherever good podcasts can be found. Thank you for joining us. I'm exhausted as always, but I'm excited because I know it's a long weekend in the States, but I took a holiday on Monday. I'm going to take a quick jaunt a little bit east of Toronto this week to Markham and meet up with a couple of my cousins I haven't seen in a while, so it should be fun. But anyway, that's not why you're here. Let me bring in the master himself.
And now, he is the king of the sovereign county of Urian Stench and Stenchlandia, the commander-in-chief of the Water Gypsies, the self-proclaimed president of the United States, a university graduate, and always the epicenter of something. Ladies and gentlemen, His Royal Highness, Big B.
Yes, live from Queens, New York, I am King B. And as always, the epicenter of something. This week, I am the epicenter of all things HOA violation notices.
No idea what that is when you told me.
So when you live in an HOA, what you
What
live in a,
is an HOA? You gotta.
oh, you don't, oh, okay, you don't know what an HOA. That's the homeowners association.
Oh, okay.
So basically, it's like a governing body for your little subdivision.
Gotcha.
Okay, we don't have them here in New York, but they have them in Arizona, and they have them, in many places here throughout the states. I don't know if that's a thing in Canada or what.
Not around here, but
So when you buy a house, of all the paperwork you have to sign, part of it is the HOA. They have rules and guidelines. So it's basically an effort to not devalue properties, right? So they make sure you're not junking up the front of your house, with all these trinkets and knickknacks and all this stupid shit. Making sure it's clean and all of this, and just making sure it fits in with the neighborhood, right? Because
right.
everybody wants their property values high. Everybody wants a safe neighborhood. So you have the homeowners association, and
Keeping up with the Joneses.
kind of,
Yeah.
and you got to pay every month. You got to pay a homeowners association fee. Mine is $47 a month, whatever it is. It's nothing major. But again, we just closed on the house in March. We went down there for a week, and we've been back here in New York since. We're going out there permanently next month, June 22nd. So earlier this week, I get the mail, and I see the heading is the Surprise Farms Community Association. I thought it was my bill, because I have the bill sent here because obviously I'm not there. I open it up, and I have my notice.
Hang on here. Let's.
I gotta cover my
your personal information.
Yeah,
but you
cover
have
my
a
personal
notice.
information. But it is a notice. It is the.
You haven't even moved in yet, and
I
you
have-
are in violation of the HOA.
I have not moved in yet, and I am in violation. So it's the first notice. The fine amount is $0.
Oh, good.
I have
you should
no-
let me guess that, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about it. Let's see, real quick. It says, as you know, your homeowners association is a planned community governed by covenants, conditions, and restrictions, and by rules and regulations created under the authority of the CCRs. When a member takes care of his property in compliance with these restrictions and rules, all members benefit by preserving and promoting the look and aesthetic appeal of the community. Not only are property values enhanced, but a true sense of community, neighborhood, and harmony among neighbors can be achieved.
Oh, this is beautiful.
As management agent for the association, Kinney Management Services, which is the where I pay my bills, assists the association in meeting its duty to enforce restrictions and rules. KMS conducts regular tours of the community, notes and records violations, and then follows up with the member in a letter such as this. A recent tour of your community revealed the following concern regarding your property. Bold letters.
Yeah.
Landscape must be maintained at all times.
Oh.
Please remove weeds.
You are going into like an Alcatraz. I'm not sure you know what you're getting into. I hope you're going to run for this board.
It's funny. That's what when I was looking at houses, my real estate agent says I can just picture you wherever you before we landed on this house. Says wherever you land, I can picture you as eventually running the homeowners association.
Yes, you will bring vigilance yet courtesy, and this sounds like a liberal
Well,
HOA.
it is the homeowners association. They do this, what I've seen other things where they've told people that their paint is faded, they need to paint their house or whatever. It's stupid, it's ridiculous, and it just gives local residents this much power. And I continue with the letter. Not much more. says, please understand that it is not the association's intention to single out any individual member, but rather bring attention to matters that need to be addressed to achieve goals common to all members of the association. Sometimes happens that after the violation is noted at the time of the tour, it is taken care of prior to a member receiving notice. Keep that in mind.
Yes.
If that's the case here, please consider the violation contained in this notice resolved, and thank you. Otherwise, we would appreciate you giving it your prompt attention. Also, please be advised, in the event this violation is not resolved or repeated if resolved, fines may be imposed pursuant to the association's fine policy.
I wouldn't be able to exist in this.
So,
you contacted your man Lopez.
Well, this all leads to my man Lopez. Now, let me give you backstory on my man Lopez. When we closed on the house, the next day we flew out to Arizona, out there for 8 days to kind of set up the house and all that. When we got out there, the backyard was full of weeds. The front had weeds in it. So in the kitchen drawer, there was a shit ton of cards, business cards. People put their cards on the door all the time and whatever. So we just started looking through these cards, and Mrs. B settled on a card that just said Lopez. I don't, through, paying them electronically, that's his last name, but there's no first name on it. It's just Lopez. Like Sade, Madonna.
Yes.
Lopez.
Yeah. Sting.
Thank Bono.
Prince.
Lopez.
They call him Lopez.
Ladies and
gentlemen, before we go any further with Lopez, it all started next week. Or last week, sorry. There was a complete kerfuffle of a show with Amanda, who's running away as guest of the year or segment of the year or whatever it is. But this dude, Lopez, is sneaking up on us, and this is just the beginning.
100%. So my wife called, left a message. I think he texted back, or she texted, whatever it was. He texted back, said he would come by for an estimate. Came by, gave a good estimate. It was only him and some other. I don't know the other dude's name.
Oh, we need the other guy's name. It's like Batman and Robin.
It's Lopez and the mystery dude. Now, keep in mind, what the fuck is this? What? Hold on. The drink is here.
Okay, we gotta sidetrack for a minute, ladies and gentlemen. We do this so.
Mrs. B presents the drink of the week.
Oh my goodness! It's in a coffee mug.
It's in a coffee mug, and it has money attached to it and the umbrella. So what?
Your birthday.
Oh, and there's a cherry in it. All right, so this is a rum and coke. There's nothing fancy about it, just a regular rum and coke. My older son, who just graduated high school yesterday,
with honors.
That
Which
is
makes
correct.
Two of us that have sons that have graduated with honors. We must have done something right.
We had to have done something right at some point.
Yes.
He did really good. He got his honors. He got a cord. Did a great job. So he just graduated yesterday, and he's coming down now. He put $20 in the mug because he made a purchase. You don't have to give me $20. Take it back. That's okay. You can take your $20 back. Take that too. It's okay. You did good. You graduated. You did good. You don't have to give me $20.
$20 just to take the fucking cherry.
Yeah, right. No, he made a purchase because we got him a PlayStation 5, so he made a purchase.
Oh, nice.
And but yeah, you can no upstairs. He can have his $20. That's fine. So this is just a regular rum and coke. Like I said, we're running out of things are packed. All we have is coffee mugs. All the fancy cups and all that is packed already. So It's a coffee mug of rum and coke.
So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. Rum and coke. very easy drink for you to make at home.
Yes, rum and Coke.
There you go. With a cherry optional. I've never seen a garnished rum and Coke. Maybe with a lime.
You know, my wife loves the garnish.
Yes.
So
But
anyway,
congratulations to son number 1, Peter, on his honors. We'll get back to Lopez, but I remember my wife. She's sitting there and she goes, "What is that cord around his neck?" And I went, "I think he was the wrong person in line because that means it's honors."
Yep.
And he ain't that smart. But sometimes they prove us wrong.
He did. He did good. He really knocked it out. Knocked it out of the park this final year in school, and we're all very proud of him. He did a great job, and he had a lot of fun last night. Yesterday was a really long day. We had a mass in the morning, and then at night was the graduation. It was a really long day, but he had a great time. He had fun, and he wanted pizza for his dinner.
Did you take communion?
No.
No. Okay.
No, wait, did I? No, I didn't. No, I forgot. Because we had another, because this has been a long week. I had a funeral on Monday, the graduation yesterday. One of the masses, the funeral mass that I took communion.
You are truly blessed.
It's been a long week.
I did not divulge this, but so one of the cousins, so we got to get back to Lopez, ladies and gentlemen. Just remind me to go back to the church story.
Oh, you can tell and we'll go back to Lopez. Tell your church story because we're on topic.
The only thing is, so the cousin that we're meeting in Markham, Ontario, lives in wherever Orville Redenbacher was born in Indiana, but she's the one with the house in Fort Myers that we've been going to for 2 years, and my wife and her have bonded, and they're great friends. So we're meeting up in Markham. The cousin's brother is a minister.
Ooh.
And one of these, it's, to me, I call it the TV show. I watch it online. I really like my cousin. He's a very positive speaker and gives good messages. And he used to babysit me when I was a kid. He's older than me. But I'm going live to the online church on Sunday morning.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
And I really love my cousin. That's the pastor. He's a great guy. He's got like doctorates and all this shit. And I always text him and say, "Brother, you gotta dumb it down, okay? I know you're trying to like pull the sheep into the flock, but I gotta fucking Google shit when you're giving your sermon." But anyway, so exciting time. My wife and my cousin get along really good, and we'll have dinner tomorrow night. Hopefully drinks, and Sunday we'll go to church, and then we'll come back home, and then I got to get my hot tub fixed.
Ooh.
I need a new motor, and I got a guy for cash. I guess he's my man Dean.
My man Dean.
Yeah, cash.
I have Lopez, you have Dean.
Yes, I got a cash deal. Paid cash for my deck, cash for my fence, cash for my roof, and everything's worked out. Justin Trudeau hasn't seen shit of it.
There you go. Fuck him. Now, does Dean have a last name?
I don't know his last name. Yours is Lopez, which is the last name.
Right.
I thought it was his first name. I thought it was like Lopez Rodriguez.
So, well,
it's probably Juan. I'm gonna put $100. I don't do good with the bail. I don't know if we have any tonight, but I don't do good with the bail guesses. I'm going to guess his name is Juan.
I will have to find out eventually and get back to you.
Yeah.
So getting back to Lopez.
Yeah, back to Juan or Lopez. I mean, the card. Imagine this, ladies and gentlemen. All the card says is Lopez. This is like a Stephen King movie.
I don't know what my wife went through. I didn't look at the cards at all. She went through the cards and she picked out the card that just said Lopez.
You gotta get us that card to show us.
It's in Arizona in the
Yeah, but when
drawer
you get
in
there, like
Arizona.
upload it to Cave Crew Radio on Facebook.
I absolutely. She may have texted it to me, so I had the number as well. So I looked through my previous messages to see if I have it. But she picked him out, and he came. He gave an estimate, and gave an estimate for the front and the back. We said no, just do the back because we thought we were going to be able to do the front. They did the back. Excellent job. It was Lopez and the Mystery Man.
Yeah,
excellent job. So then we kind of looked at it and said,
the Lucha Libre.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. So then we said, can you do the front? Because now we went back and first we told him no, but then we said, let's do the front. He gave us another estimate for that. I said, yeah, but I don't have the cash. He's like, he barely speaks English. He says, I come back. I said, okay. He didn't come back. I had to force him to come back the day before we were leaving. He like never came back for his extra money for doing the front. So I called him, gave him his cash. So we figured we can last until we go out there. But I have security cameras on the front and the back. And in the back, the grass started growing. You see a little weed creeping in on the grass. So I told my wife the Friday before we got this notice, last Friday, my man Lopez, that's how we talked about it last Friday. My man Lopez came back, did the front and the back, de-weeded everything, mowed everything. And I said, oh, great, wonderful. And then 3 days later, we get this notice.
Right.
So
that's probably crossed. It probably crossed.
Right. So that's where the line that says, it sometimes happens that after a violation is noted at the time of the tour, it is taken care of prior to a member receiving notice. So I received the violation, but I have already taken care of the issue with my man Lopez.
Let's hope there are no more HOA violations. I think we got Lopez on the job. Ladies and gentlemen, I think this is just the beginning with Lopez.
Oh, we are going to. So I think I am going to schedule Lopez on a regular basis to come to the house to take care of my lawn and my.
Well, by all means.
My man Lopez does an excellent job. I don't know his full name. Oh, and so the second time when he came last Friday, that's what I was getting to. I asked my wife to text him and ask him if he takes electronic payment because I need him to go do the lawns, but obviously I can't physically hand him cash. So he takes Zelle. So he gave me Zelle's an electronic payment, bank-to-bank electronic payment method.
Oh, okay. Is he legal?
I don't know. I will say this. He gave me a name when he gave me his Zelle information after he mowed the lawn again and did all the weeding again. He gave me a name of Elizabeth Lopez. I don't know if that's his wife or his sister. So that's where I figured the Lopez is the last name.
We got to get to the bottom of this.
Why it's not him, I don't know. Like, I don't know the status of this, and I'm not really going to question whether he's legal. He's not. He does a great job doing the lawn care, all of that. He does an excellent job. Attention to detail is wonderful. I will not rat out my man Lopez.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. We think it's going to be a regular segment. Whether we'll get some audio or video of him, that's yet to be told. But my man Lopez, that's what keeps the show going. We got like Amanda went from this little freaking, Pollyanna to this crazed sex salesman. And we thought it was over when we lost Stu, but no, we just keep going. My man Lopez, ladies and gentlemen. Audio to follow. I have no idea what's going on with my camera. I got a strong internet signal at my end, and I'm doing like look Max.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it keeps glitching. I didn't want to say anything because we were in a good
got
flow.
like fucking live streaming Tourette's going on right now.
So let me just update something real quick. The Rangers just scored. They're up 1-0. Vincent Trocheck. But right after the goal, there is a massive brawl going on right now.
Good.
Immediately, like they were trying to celebrate the goal. The Panthers came in and of course Kachuk is in the middle of it.
There's a massive pieces of shit. I keep trying to tell you that.
Trocheck scored 15:48 into the 15:48 left in the first period. Trocheck scores. The Rangers up 1-0.
Good.
So I am keeping an eye. Yeah, I didn't. Game 2 is on right now. I'm keeping an eye on it.
I'm surprised you'd want to do the show. And ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for my Tourette's. But I'm here live and in person, I promise. All right. Time for my favorite segment. And I hope a lot of you too. Let's do Twitter shits.
Now, it's time for another edition of Twitter Shits with Mike Jolitz.
Mike Jolitz Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads it. Mike Jolitz Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads it. Mike Jolitz Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads the fucking shit. All right.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Twitter Shits. All right, you guys, as you may well know, what I do is I take a story from Twitter and I tell you what it had to say. I don't need to read the story, I just read the comments. And these are the best ones that I found. This is from NFL Memes, my favorite. Everybody said the same thing about Brittany Grinder's Daring magazine cover. Mr. Fister tweeted, "Cool story, bro." Brown Eye Blind tweeted, "What a brave dude." Elmer Fudge tweeted, "Everyone, every time, says the same thing." I Love Pornhub tweeted, "He's cute." My Uvula Hurts tweeted, "Good for her." At Ding Dong tweeted, "That dude is so brave." At Anal Fishing King tweeted, "That Adam's apple." Wrist Deep tweeted, "Who is that guy?" Filthy McNasty tweeted, "Would you rather be in the woods with a bear or Brittany Grinder?" Twitter Shitter tweeted, "Good for him. What team does he play for again?" Do I Make You Randy tweeted, "Yep, we all said it's definitely a man." 42nd Nutter tweeted, "That's a lady boy." Herpes Almost Cleared Up tweeted, "Good kick in the balls will solve that gender confusion." Grinder Date tweeted, "Never heard of him. Who is he?" Luke Sissy Fag tweeted, "It's ma'am." Shave My Balls tweeted, "He looks rested." I Like to Fart tweeted, "Leave him alone, guys." Pope John Paul tweeted, "Dude has balls posing like that." And finally, in the Twitter shits, Dr. Evil tweeted, "But how will this affect LeBron's legacy?" That's what everyone wants to know. No, and then. Alrighty, guys, that does it for the Twitter shits. I'll be back with another one here soon. Later, choose chat one of feeder saying bye-bye.
Mike Jolitz Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads it. Mike Jolitz Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads it. Mike Jolitz Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads the fucking shit. All right.
I don't know if I went public the past couple of Twitter shits because we've been getting them every week, and I'm not complaining.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been a little tough to pick, the number one Twitter shit of the week. Maybe I'm getting overwhelmed by it. The handles weren't catching me. I really had to dig to get my favorite handle. But this week, ladies and gentlemen, what's that?
I got a couple.
No, but this week, this is what I'm going to tell you. this week, this should be the all-star Twitter shits of all time. Here's the ones that never made it. Herpes almost cleaned up. Mr. Fister.
Mm-hmm.
Filthy McNasty. Never made it. Here's what I got. And feel free to chime in with your own. And number 5, Elmer Fudge.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like that one. I really like that one. Number 4, I love Ding Dong. These are all great. Number 3, Brown-Eyed Blind. Number 2, Luke Sissy Fag.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Number 1, Twitter handle is.
Please put 2 stars by this. I want this in the final nominations at the end of the year. I don't care what comes up. Do I make you Randy?
Ooh.
No idea what that fucking means.
Randy means it's like the British version of horny. Kind of, they used it in the 60s, 70s. You know, that's the Austin Powers type thing, being Randy.
But now don't get discouraged, Mike, because you only read what the people tweet or X. But this week to me was like I just won money. This was good. What did you have?
I had Mr. Fister.
Oh, I like that too. See,
I had one you didn't mention, Twitter shitter.
Yeah, that's crossed off too.
But my favorite, I think you had it as number 5. My favorite was Elmer Fudge.
Yeah, I like that. Write that down too.
You want me to add that too?
Well, it's like an all-star week to me. It's like, some segments, like, I gotta admit to you, and I'm not gonna lie, and I know I can be honest with Mike. Past couple of weeks, I've been struggling. Like they're good,
mm-hmm.
but they're not great. But this week, it was like, I don't know which one I'm gonna pick. I have no idea what a fucking Randy is, and that may be a show note. I'm just saying it might be. I don't know. What did he say again? Do I make you Randy?
Do I make you Randy? So I wrote down, do I make you Randy, and put 2 stars next to it because you wanted that. You definitely want that in the finals. I also have Elmer Fudge. So we got like 2 this week.
I crossed that out for no. I had number 5.
You had it as number 5. I liked it. I thought to me that was my favorite.
Yeah, I liked it. I just this week I was like, oh my God. I'm in like the fucking Oz of Twitter handles. All right, folks. Now's a fun part of the show. We haven't done it in a while. Just gotta get the.
What are we doing? Oh, we're doing Florida first.
Okay. Yeah, Florida first. All right. And if we have time, we'll. Oh yeah, we're early. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go to Florida.
Cave Crew Radio presents Florida in the news.
Well, here's a story. We're talking about my man Lopez. and everything's cash or electronic transfer under an anonymous name
Yes.
of Elizabeth Lopez, which I don't know. If you go back to the Alamo, I'm pretty sure Elizabeth is not a Mexican name. But anyway, here's a dude that was living in Florida, I believe, for 60 years. Big B's going to tell us. He was blindsided. Not supposed to be here, brother.
That's right. The first story of the night comes from WSVN News 7. Headline reads, more than 60 years after moving to the U.S., Florida man discovers he's not here legally. I was blindsided. Outside Jimmy Class's mobile home in Clearwater, symbols of American pride hang not just front and center, but also on the side and back of his home. America is, after all, the only home this 66-year-old has ever known. I moved to the U.S., quote, I moved to the U.S. in 1959. I've been here for 64 years. But after more than half a century in the U.S., where he's lived, worked, gone to school, got married, had kids, paid his taxes, and even voted, Class said in 2021, he discovered he's not a U.S. citizen.
He could have swayed the vote.
He certainly could have. I just was like blindsided, he said about the revelation. Class said it all came to light after he applied for the Social Security retirement benefits he had paid into his entire working life. You've got to be kidding me, he said. 1 month they told me I should expect my first check on the second Wednesday of 2020, but instead I get a letter stating that I haven't proven to them that I'm here legally. Class was born. Where was he born, DK? His name is, hold on. Let me reiterate his name. His name is Jimmy Class, Klass.
Oh, he had to be born in like Tijuana.
He was born in Canada.
Oh.
His mom was Canadian, but his father was American, born and raised in New York. Class said his family moved to the U.S. when he was 2 and stayed here. As Class got older, he assumed he too was an American, a dual citizen. He laid out dozens of documents from his past, along with other documents and pictures that offer a glimpse into the deep roots he formed in the U.S. over his lifetime. You know you're old when the old driver's licenses were paper.
Yes, I've been there.
Class said he was never questioned about his citizenship status, not when he got his Social Security card, driver's license, or voter registration card. I've been voting for over 40 years. I guess I'm in a lot of trouble, he said with a sarcastic laugh. Class said his citizenship status was also never questioned when he applied for and was approved to serve as a U.S. Marine for the U.S. military. It said he didn't end up serving due to getting a union job. At one point in his life, he was even approved to work for the New Jersey State Police. The only thing they asked me for was my Social Security card and my driver's license, he said. After learning he wasn't really a U.S. citizen, Class formally applied for status, but was denied.
Oh.
We don't want those damn Canucks in our country.
Blame Canada.
That's right. U.S. Customs and Immigration Services wouldn't share details when we contacted them about Class's case. In an email, a spokesperson stated that they don't talk about individual cases. But in a 2022 denial letter, the agency stated Class didn't provide enough evidence to prove his father lived in the U.S. for 10 years before Class was born, which is a requirement for a child seeking citizenship through a parent.
Well, Canada not take them. They take everyone. Syrians, goats.
Well, my man Bill in Vancouver, has got a room.
Yes. I feel terrible for this guy. This could be my neighbor when I buy a mobile home in Florida?
He very well could be. It says here he contacted Senator Marco Rubio.
Oh.
And hired an immigration attorney and even a genealogist.
Oh.
Who found records linking Klass's dad to the U.S. in the years before he was born. Still, his fight continues today.
Is a genealogist one of those people that looks up his woman's vagina?
That's a gynecologist.
Oh, okay. My apologies.
A genealogist is like Ancestry.com, a human version of Ancestry.com.
The family tree.
The family tree, right? The genealogy of the family dating back to however long they can find records.
Oh, got ya. Okay.
The story continues, but that's the crux of it. He is still fighting for his legal status, even though he's been here since he was 2.
So my question would be, if this was laid before the highest court of urine stench, would you cut this guy a break?
I absolutely would. He's been here since he was 2. His father is a U.S. citizen. I would absolutely cut him a break. There's no reason not to. In my view, no matter what country you come from, if your one parent is a legitimate U.S. citizen, you should have dual citizenship.
Like, see, my wife is dual. She always grew up in Canada, but she has what we call a green card, which is your social whatever. Her dad lived in Florida and Michigan his entire life.
And she was born in Michigan, right? Is that correct?
She was born in Canada.
Oh, she was born in Canada.
Father was an American citizen.
Oh, so it's like this guy.
Yeah.
His father was American citizen. So your wife has dual citizenship. This guy should have dual citizenship, but for some reason doesn't. I don't know why.
Well, the problem with my wife is she loves Canada for some fucking stupid reason. Fucking love to go Arizona, Florida. Get me the fuck out of here. But anyway, I haven't won that battle yet. All right. Story number 2. I'm just calling Fern Pea.
Hold on, I got it because there's 2 separate things of stories, so I have to find it.
Yeah, so this one, ladies and gentlemen, is about, I believe, a fancy restaurant where they're taking these ferns and adding them to salad, and dogs pee on it.
That's right.
Fern pea.
Ooh, hold while I write something down.
It's Florida, right? So I don't know if I ever want to eat out again.
I don't know how far you come to Tampa Bay. Do you ever go to Tampa Bay?
I'm within about 2 hours of Tampa.
Okay, so this is where this comes from.
Yeah.
This story comes from the Tampa Times. The Tampa Bay Times, sorry. Headline reads, Tampa restaurant garnished plates with foxtail ferns from outside. Is that okay?
Don't all plants come from outside? Unless it's a greenhouse, right?
Well, so yes, all plants come from outside, but if you're dealing with it in food, it has to go through certain inspections and all of this to be used especially in a commercial restaurant.
Right.
It has to be, it has to pass through FDA, inspection. It has to be.
I mean, we look at this guy. This looks like a fancy schmancy.
Oh, it looks like a very fine dining restaurant.
Well, maybe there's a shortage of lettuce. I have no idea. But anyway,
The foxtail ferns were everywhere. They snaked across the wooden tray in front of me, poking between the dishes at a dinner in March. Get something ready, please. They were all over Yelp and Instagram and...
Hang on a minute, I gotta find it.
It's happened where? On TikTok.
Oh, of course it did. Everything happens there now.
That's right. They were all over Yelp, Instagram, and TikTok, where influencers smiled coyly behind platters covered with the green sprigs. They even made an appearance on the restaurant's website, where they perched quietly in a background photo, hovering over the reservation portal below. In January, the Tampa Bay Times received a tip that a Tampa Heights spot, KO, I guess that's the restaurant name,
Yeah.
was taking the ferns from a
Sounds
plot
like a
of
Chinese restaurant, by the way.
They were taking ferns from a plot of land behind the building and using them to garnish plates. The restaurant is owned by the management group that operates Cozen, a tasting menu in the same building that recently snagged a Michelin star. So that's a huge thing.
That's big.
That's huge. Video showed an employee snipping plants from the courtyard of the neighboring Pearl Apartments. So they're not even on their property. They went to the apartment building next door.
They're purging.
They're stealing. An area where dogs frequently go to the bathroom and where runoff water from the building's garage can seep into the soil.
Oh, this is good. Where dogs frequently go to the bathroom. This is definitely a Michelin star article. They're pissing.
They are pissing. I ate at Co 2 months ago and saw the ferns for myself. The bright green plants were draped across an elaborate spread of tiny bites as part of the Kayeski restaurant's Hassan course. I don't know what that is. A 10-item tasting that evening.
Oh, it's like a what do you call it? Like a big, what do they call those Chinese dinners with all the courses?
I have no idea.
Yeah, me either.
But basically what it is you spend, $100 on a small plate of a cherry tomato and a piece of lettuce.
And dog piss fern.
And dog piss ferns. See, and now in this picture.
Okay, hang on a minute. We got to get you.
Right there. In that picture, you see the fern.
Delicious. A little bit of feta cheese, some cherry tomato. This is where Mrs. B has it with drink of the week. It's all about the garnish. The rum and coke in a coffee mug suddenly becomes an extravaganza.
That's right. But she's not giving me dog piss ferns.
No, that you know of.
Well, I mean, I live here, so I know I'm not getting dog piss ferns. Save for a lone sprig here and there, the plants were mostly not touching my food. And when I inquired whether they were edible, our server, the restaurant's director of operations, Max Lipton.
Listen, Max Lipton. The ferns were mostly not touching my food is almost like my penis and almost didn't touch the herpes of her woo-woo.
That is 100% correct. It mostly didn't touch the herpes.
Yeah. And Al Capone didn't die of syphilis. He was just close. This is where we got during COVID the 3 meter, 6 foot distance.
That's right.
Keep the piss ferns off my plate.
Okay. Now, I know we play Guess the Bail, but in this instance, I'm going to ask you to guess the price. Now, you saw the picture I just showed, right?
Yeah.
The next paragraph says something about this didn't sit right. My bill for 2 people came to blank after tax and a mandatory 20% service charge. What was the total of the bill?
Okay, so I'm not going to play the stinger on this. And
No,
I'm
no,
not doing very
this is
good.
2 people. You saw the picture I just showed you.
Yeah.
How much did the bill come to?
$149 US.
You are way off.
Oh,
Want to guess again?
this is a Michelin restaurant.
A Michelin restaurant.
$545 US.
You are much closer.
Well, I'm not going to play this all night. I'm shit at this game.
You were much closer with the second one. $464.40
For dog piss fern.
for dog piss ferns from that picture.
Yeah. Oh.
At that price, I expected a little more than decorations foraged from a patch used for dog relief.
Excuse me.
And I had some questions. Were the ferns stolen? Were they washed? Had they been sprayed with insecticide and pesticides and who knows what else? Mostly, I just wondered why. Why was a restaurant of this caliber doing something that seemed foolish at best and illegal and dangerous at worst? When reached by phone on...
I got to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Because occasionally Isby and I will go to like these dinner theaters and these fancier restaurants. And like when you go to a normal restaurant, you get like a Caesar salad or a garden salad. You know, you're getting cucumber, lettuce, croutons, whatever.
Yep.
But when you go to these, they serve you like dandelion weeds and shit. And I never like to eat it. And, you know, Isby's like, oh, yeah, it's good stuff. I'm like, well, fuck that shit.
Now, tell your wife about this story the next time you go to one of these fancy restaurants and they serve you some weird shit. It could have dog piss all over it.
I'm going to be very loud and I'm going to be very vocal and I'm going to get in a lot of shit. You know, I'm gonna have my fancy chapeau on and did some kind of animal piss in this shit? Can I have some romaine lettuce and tomato? And some beef broth.
Some beef. How about some bone broth?
Yeah, like I'm telling you, you're talking about this story. I never thought of it before, but next time I'm going to take a picture for you. And I don't eat it. I'm looking at it and I go, I picked that shit out of my yard. My man Lopez would not let that shit grow, let alone go on somebody's plate.
My man Lopez would make sure that goes in the perishables of all the, it would go into composting is where it would go.
So now I'm thinking we've consumed squirrel urine and like bee poop. Who knows?
And that's right. That's the thing. Not only do dogs piss there, but like, yeah, squirrels, you know, insects, all this other stuff, you know, of various wildlife creatures that are out there can have, you know, we're on those ferns.
Yes.
In one form or another.
Right. Not to mention the other shit. Oh, look we want to make the lawn look beautiful. Let's pick the rest for fucking salad. And you wonder why I don't like salad.
Well, when reached by phone Friday, Johnny Tongue, an Orlando-based restaurateur.
Hey, Johnny Cunnilinguist, what's going on?
Who together with his brother Jimmy owns Cosin & Co., said he was unaware of the practice. Later that day, he replied that Lipton had been under the impression that it was not a cause for concern as long as everything is properly sanitized and not touching the food. How do you sanitize ferns?
Who put sanitized ferns in a salad?
They rub fucking what's that sanitizing liquid?
I don't know. Fucking gel.
Yeah, whatever it is, that gel. What I forget what it's called.
Yeah. Scrub it up. It might taste a little bitter, but we'll pretend we're Jews. We're eating bitter herbs on Passover.
It might have that medicine taste to it, but you'll be okay.
Who puts ferns in a salad?
If the plants were in fact washed prior to planting, was there a world in which this practice was actually okay? Getting to the bottom of this was more complicated than expected. Gozen & Co. opened in fall 2023 and are owned by the Tongues Orlando-based OMEI restaurant group, OMEI. The duo started the fast casual bento chain 20 years ago in Gainesville and now have 25 locations throughout the state. 25 locations of ferns.
You're eating dog piss. In 25 locations, not freshly squeezed orange juice, dog piss.
It says, these fucking things just keep reloading. I hate this. Hold on, I lost my
in
place.
violation of serving you dog piss.
Here we are. Okay. I showed photographs of the foxtail ferns to researchers with the University of Florida, who identified them as Asparagus densiflorus, a low-growing perennial popular with landscapers. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. My man Lopez may plant that in my yard one day.
Oh, I hope not.
The plant as a low-severity poison. Oh, my God, it has poison in it.
Yeah, but what's the severity of dog piss?
That's high severity. And can cause mild skin irritation upon contact and low toxicity if consumed.
I am never eating salad again.
The Times also obtained video footage of dogs going to the bathroom in the fern bed.
They're not going to the bathroom. They're pissing.
Well, they're trying to be nice in this.
I am never going to eat a lettuce, whatever the fuck, weed, fern, salad again. I'm done with salad. Done with it.
I'm skipping because this is a long fucking article.
Yeah, but we don't need it anymore. The fucking dog pee. They don't wash it. Like, at least when you make a salad, I'm sure Mrs. B, when she gets her lettuce and shit, she's going to make a nice salad to go with the ribs that are smoked. She's washing it. You know, any dirt, contaminants.
Mm-hmm.
She's cleaning the lettuce. You're eating a fresh salad, healthy for you from the earth. These people are treating the piss like a vinaigrette.
Piss vinaigrette. Hold on while I write things down.
Fucking, I'm never eating salad again. Fuck it. I don't like it that much. I like the dressing, and I like the croutons, and I like the cheese. I don't like the fern. I don't like the lettuce. It doesn't do anything for me. Fuck that shit.
Real quick, because again, this goes on and on and on. We have the gist of the story, but real quick, this is important. An email to the Tampa police confirmed that it's illegal to take plants from public parks. For private property, it depends on the permission from the property owner. 2 managers for the Pearl Apartments residential complex and the building's retail operations said they didn't know the restaurant was taking the ferns, and they had not given them permission to do so.
I have not stolen public plants, but have you ever walked by and gone, that's an interesting flower or whatever, that would look good in the garden? I have not done it. As Nixon would say, I'm not a crook. But sometimes you're tempted to take a public plant, put it in your yard. You walk through beautiful gardens when you're traveling or whatever.
Right.
But I have not stolen plants.
I have not either. And this story goes on and on, but we got the gist of it.
Oh, it could go on forever. I could imagine the complexity of this story.
Yeah, it's wow.
So let's lighten up a little bit. Summer is coming, endless summer, ladies and gentlemen. We don't know how it looks because, like, Big B is going to be in Arizona on June 22, 24.
Well, I'm leaving 22nd. I rented the RV. Now, real quick, before you go on to the next story, because you brought it up.
You have to take pictures and post this in the Cave Crew Radio Facebook group. Just Google Cave Crew Radio. We got members coming out of our ass the past couple of weeks.
So I have booked my RV. There are two things that are caveats to this RV. One, three things. One, it's really fucking expensive.
Well, I can imagine.
Two, I have to go to upstate New York, 2 hours away from where I live now, to get the fucking RV.
Is this somewhere near like the Finger Lakes, Lake Placid?
No, it's not that far. That's
No.
far. That's far. You're talking 4+ hours to get up to Finger Lakes, Lake Placid. This is 2 hours, 2 and change away. I have to go upstate to get the RV. I have to get it 2 days before we leave. So I have to get it, bring it down here, find a place to park it, because I can't park it in front of my house. It's a 30-foot RV. Find a place to park it, then drive 2,500 miles to Arizona. Then the only place I can bring it back is in Tucson, which is 2.5 hours south of where I live in Arizona. So I have to add, Mike, if you're listening, I'm going to talk to you soon. I'm going to need a huge favor of somebody following me from my house down to Tucson so I can get a ride back to where I live, 2.5 hours away.
I'm sure Mike will listen at some point. He's not here now, but he's probably having dinner. Like this.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's
If
fucking,
I had to eat dinner every day with my wife, we would have been divorced a long time ago. But he's a good soldier.
Right. It's almost 6 o'clock there, so it's dinner time.
I gotta go, guys. She's gonna be mad if I'm not at dinner.
And let me tell you, his wife is extremely nice person.
I agree.
She is great.
My wife bitches at me constantly too, as I'm sure Mrs. B can probably get
Of
a wee
course.
bit.
Of course. But Mike's wife is wonderful. She's a wonderful person. It was great hanging out with her that week that we were there. But yes, Mike, I'm going to need some assistance when we get there.
This is why the show lives, ladies and gentlemen. We got Lopez, we got Mike Jolitz as a neighbor, which I'm sure will add some humor to the show. But we are taking a 35-foot RV to bring Grandpa, the kids, the wife, and all the pets.
2,500 miles across country.
You've got to do like a vlog.
Well,
a daily, hey, ladies and gentlemen, Big B checking in. Here's where we're at. Dogs are taking a piss on some ferns. I'm sure it's going to turn into an expensive salad, yada, yada, yada.
So my neighbor, not my neighbor, a friend of mine wants me to do a live stream from the RV on the road. So we'll see how this pans out because I'm the only driver. I have to drive 2,500 miles.
This is where you get Mrs. B to sign into TikTok. My screen, ladies and gentlemen, is going to give me a seizure. But anyway, no idea why it's doing that. Works normal every other week. All right. So off of that shit, that's in June. That's probably going to be, ladies and gentlemen, a large part of the endless summer. I'm working on some guests and stuff, but I mean, other than that, I will probably be solo reporting on the RV, and hopefully we have like clips and updates. And Big B may not be live. Maybe he'll be able to call in at one of his stops. And then, of course, Mike Jolitz will help me. Anyway, this is a little bit more of a feel-good story, ladies and gentlemen. Remind about what's pissing on your plants and your vegetables out in the yard. Just buy fucking meat and cook it. And potatoes are underground. You're safe. But you're in your pool. You're having a good time. You're swimming. We're all having a good time. This lovely looking lady, I can't wait to hear her name, breaks in, jumps into your pool, and hugs you.
That's right. And by the way, potatoes are not safe because if a dog pisses, it goes.
I know. You know what? I just think I'm going to die before you even get to Arizona because I'm going to starve to death because the cow's probably eating shit, right?
Yeah.
He's not on the grass and has piss from something. Rain probably has piss in it because if you remember back in school, like what rain is it takes the moisture out of the ground and it gets sucked into the clouds. Well, the fucking rain is filled with piss.
It's piss rain.
Excuse me. I don't want to eat anything anymore.
Well, like DK said, it's kind of a feel-good story, I guess. From Florida, this being from Florida, it has to be a feel-good story, right? It comes from WFLA.com. News Channel 8 on your side.
You should get a job with them remotely.
I really should. Reporting on Florida news from Arizona.
Stop it. Do that again. That was awesome.
WFLA.
That was truly a radio voice, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go. See, I did go to school for this. WFLA.com, News Channel 8 on your side.
I love it.
Headline reads, Florida woman breaks into house, hugs homeowner, jumps into pool.
Cannibal!
A Florida woman was arrested Wednesday after police said she broke into a Naples home, hugged the homeowner, and then jumped into a swimming pool. Naples police said a 79-year-old woman called 911 to report that a woman had broken into her home while she was inside it. The suspect, later identified as Natalie Slavic, entered the house and gave an unwanted hug to the homeowner. Quote, Slavic then made herself at home by sitting on a chair in the living room, resting on a bed for several minutes, then proceeding to jump in their pool, all before leaving the residence.
This is like the Florida version of the hokey pokey. Like, I just like, hang on. Look at this broad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she comes in. Yeah, she's a little freaky. She freaked me out too. I wouldn't want to be Mr. Tongue at that point. But she comes in, gives you a hug, which is really nice. You know, like most burglars are like trying to kill you with a knife or something.
Right.
Gives you a hug. She lies in your bed. She sits in the chair. But can you imagine her and her moo-moo running out to the pool? Doing a cannonball? Oh, she'd win $10,000 on America's Funniest Videos.
Officers said Slavic lives in unincorporated Collier County, and is currently on state probation for a 2020 offense of resisting an officer with violence.
Oh.
Quote, Slavic, who operates the social media company Natalie Knows Naples.
Oh, so she's like an influencer.
She is an influencer. Didn't know the residents of the house she unlawfully entered, and as a result was placed under arrest for trespassing in an occupied structure, a violation of Florida State Statute 810.082B.
Holy shit.
On May 15th, 2024. That is the end of the story. No bail was in the story.
I'm never going to. I am almost ready, ladies and gentlemen, to remove the bail from the show. It was my idea, and it just doesn't work. But like Natalie, great. Maybe she's trying to like turn over a leaf. No fern intended.
She might be. She's an influencer.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. I don't think, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get to the regular news, but there's always next week. We got some good stuff. We got to get to Mike reads the news soon. Do you want a break?
Yeah, okay, we can do a break. The next story we're doing does have a bond amount.
Oh, good. And I'm going to guess. So we got 2 more Floridas.
Yep.
We'll get to the other stuff next week, ladies and gentlemen. We love it when we have tape on the floor, as they say in the film industry, because when there's tape on the floor, it gives us stuff to go on with.
That's
anyway, right. I'm sick of looking at my camera's going to put me in a fucking seizure. Mike Jolitz, guy we talk about a lot. Can't get him up here now. There he is. Mike Jolitz, guy we talk a lot. He reads the news, does the Twitter shits. He's done a great job so far. Let's go to the news.
And now, Cave Crew Radio presents Mike Reads the News with Mike Jolitz.
Hello, Cave Crew Radio. Hello, DK, and hello, Sir Big B. Hello, listeners around the world. Yes, guys, it is now time for Mike Reads the News. I got the next 4 days off. I already had 7 days off and have not been wearing pants at all. I hardly went anywhere or did anything, but hey, at least I'm not working. I did polish off a bottle of Sky vodka, though. Yeah. Red Lobster's closing a bunch of restaurants. That unlimited shrimp thing kind of hurt them. I know I could have done some damage on that deal. Wisconsin Badgers play Alabama on September the 14th at Camp Randall in Madison to kick off the football season. I'm hopeful yet realistic on the outcome, though. President Dumbass and Trump are going to have 2 debates. Apparently, President Poopy Pants has some major concessions, like Trump can't talk on a microphone and can't be on stage when Poopy Pants is talking. Ricky Stenhouse punched Kyle Busch after last weekend's NASCAR All-Star race. I didn't watch it, but I kind of wish I had seen that live. Kyle's such a punk. NFL announced where the 2026 NFL draft will be. For the first time in a long time, it will be held on a Kardashian ass. It's Kim's this time. That leaves room for parking as well. The 2025 draft will be held in Green Bay. Cold. And finally in the news, the Omaha Supernova won the 2024 Pro Volleyball Federation Championship. I didn't even know that was a thing. Well, hey, congrats, I guess. Alrighty, guys, it does it for the news, and it is now time for the tidbits. They're not headlines, they're just little tiny pieces of shit. Yeah. Henry's still on level 36 on Pokemon. Oh, yeah. American Idol announced the winner. I missed it again. Oh, yeah. Actor Dabney Coleman died. Oh, no. If you're innocent, MDI got snow on Monday. Ha, ha, ha. Happy birthday to Sergeant French. He's 62 now, /U. Oh, yeah. And finally, in the tidbits, congrats to Peter on finishing up high school. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Alrighty, guys, that does it for the news. That does it for the tidbits. I'll be back next week with some more news and some more shenanigans. Later, bye-bye.
He's got far too much energy.
It's great.
No, I know it is, but calm down.
He's excited. He loves doing what he does. I think it's wonderful. And thank you for recognizing my son's graduation.
We're all very proud. Because we look at you and we look at me, like I was telling about my son. And we're like, never thought it was good. Like, come on. In a million years, did you really think? They play video games.
The struggles that we've gone through with him, trying to get him to do schoolwork, to, do anything other than those ridiculous video games. And he graduated with honors. So good for him.
Yeah, same as my kid. I'm trying to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the only thing he is very concise in is what's for dinner.
Yes, my son is very concerned about that too.
Anyway, back to Florida, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently, what do I have to have ready for this?
The bond. There is a bond.
The bond. If I don't get it right, I'm fucking off because this camera's pissing the shit out of me.
So let me just state before we read the story, there is a bond at the end of the story, but there is another dollar amount that I'm going to ask you prior. That's not a bond. It's just a separate dollar amount that I'm going to ask you.
This. It was my idea, and I'm pulling it off the table, ladies.
This is fun. You can't pull it off the table. This is fun.
Here's a dude. Okay. Hit and runs, streakers during the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard it all. But here's a guy that takes a bite of a pizza and runs.
That's right. This next story comes from iHeart.com, coming from 610 WIOD News Radio. Headline reads, Florida man arrested for pizza bite and run at racetrack. I'm assuming racetrack is a pizza place.
It's a chain.
It's a chain. Got it. Okay. I've never been to Florida, so I don't know.
Kind of like Jack in the Box or Little Caesars, Domino's.
Got it. Okay. So racetrack is the chain Florida pizza place. A 62-year-old man faces petite theft charges after taking a bite out of a slice of pizza and refusing to pay at a racetrack gas station last week. According to the Flagler County Sheriff's Office, Ronald Brodus allegedly took a bite out of a slice of pizza and then left the store without paying. Brodus' arrest report details that an employee confronted Brodus, who claimed that he had paid for the item. Situation escalated when Brodus allegedly threw away the pizza and ice cream he had taken and threatened the employee before fleeing the store on his bicycle.
Who eats pizza and then ice cream?
This is Florida. This is what Floridians do, apparently. The employee told the police he wished to press charges and have Brodus trespassed from the property. The stolen items totaled how much before tax?
Ice cream and pizza in Florida. $6.99.
Close. $8.98.
Okay, I'm close. Okay.
Deputies located Brodus shortly after and arrested him. Brodus told police a different version of events during questioning. The arrest affidavit details a bizarre threat made by Brodus, stating he planned to return to the gas station property despite being trespassed with the intention of defecating there.
Yes! Ladies and gentlemen, shit in that pizza parlor. What's worse, shit in your pizza or pee in your fern?
Ooh, now there's a debate that we have to get into. But now, are you ready?
Yes.
He remains
And now, it's time to guess the bail.
He remains in custody on how much?
I'm telling you, folks, I'm not going to play this game anymore. $1,000.
You hit the nail on the head, my friend.
Oh, I did it, ladies and gentlemen. I did it. I've done this, 10 times. It was my idea.
And you got it right. And that's the end of the story. He remains in custody on a $1,000 bond.
He never did defecate.
Not in the story.
Okay. So that was a defecation threat.
Right. Yes. It was a defecation threat. Hold while I write things down.
Ladies and gentlemen, while he's doing that, you're listening to Cave Crew Radio live, cavecrewradio.com, YouTube. Join our Facebook group, Cave Crew Radio, easy to find, and podcasts, which I'm sure you're listening to. You know where to find it. We're down to the final stretch, and I'm going away tomorrow. So this is going to be our last story, and the weird news will continue into next week. Big B's got to give me his vacation schedule, or this is when I'm away.
Well, I'm leaving June 22nd. I don't know when I will arrive in Arizona. The RV trip is, I don't know how long it's going to take me to drive 2,500 miles.
I can't wait.
The final story. Oh, yeah, you have to, you bring me up. There you go.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. The final story of the night is also involved with food. As you know, with Big B, he always puts things in line. But a shirtless man got a little pissed off in Florida.
The final story of the night comes from Fox 13 Tampa Bay. Headline reads, shirtless Florida man with Wendy's beef caught on camera threatening to rob the restaurant. Things took a frosty turn at a Highlands County Wendy's recently when a Florida man's beef with the fast food joint turned into a pickle of a problem for the employees as he threatened to rob the restaurant using his fingers as makeshift guns.
I love it.
Finger guns, ladies and gentlemen.
I love it. There we are.
Scotty is there. He says Seattle to Pittsburgh was 4 days.
Yeah,
did you drive Seattle to Pittsburgh in an RV with your father
chair
and fucking pets and kids and all of that? Probably not.
He's got a chair to take care of. By the way, Scotty, I'm looking for guests during endless summer. Big B's going to be away for a bit. He's moving to Arizona. You and me got to hook up. You, me, and that fucking chair in that asylum you live in. He's got a girlfriend, Scotty.
No, that was when he moved. That was when he moved to Pittsburgh. He's been in Pittsburgh for a long time.
Oh, so it's Violet.
From Seattle to Pittsburgh, he was with his girlfriend. Last we talked, he had no girlfriend, so I'm assuming they're not together.
All right, Scotty, you got to hit me up in Messenger. I need guests for endless summer, whatever we call it.
Endless summer beach party.
Back.
He's giving you a revelation, DK. He's lifted the veil. The cat's out of the bag. He just told you, I'm moving to Arizona. Surprise, surprise. The cat's out of the bag now.
I'm really mad that I ordered DoorDash and they didn't give me ketchup or napkins.
Deputies say, was that? Deputies say the incident began around 11:30 p.m. on April 24th when the suspect ordered from the drive-thru at the Avon Park Wendy's. While investigators say they don't know what he ordered, it wasn't ready right away, and an employee asked him to pull up and wait for a little bit. According to the Highlands County Sheriff's Office, the suspect didn't like that idea and jumped out of his vehicle, approached the window, and told the employee he could rob the restaurant.
Of course you can.
Finger guns. Afterward, investigators say the suspect ran inside the store, ignoring the no shirt, no service rule, jumped on a table, and repeated his threats, waving his finger guns.
Like he's fucking Cactus Jack or something.
Bang, bang!
Bang, bang!
After realizing he was at the wrong fast food restaurant to have it your way, deputies say the suspect left without any food and got into a gray Nissan Rogue. The suspect, who was described as being about 5 feet 5 inches tall, weighing around 200 pounds, was last seen going east on West Bell Street.
New criminal name for this guy. Butterball.
Butterball. Anyone who can identify the suspect is asked to call or email the Highland Sheriff's Office. Tips can also be left through the HCSO app or with the Heartland Crime Stoppers. And it just gives you the phone number. This guy is he's on the lam with his finger guns. He's armed and ready to use them. Bang, bang!
Give me my Dave Stubble, you motherfuckers.
You never know. He could hit you with a chair shot
or
wrap you in barbed wire. Bang, bang!
Bang, bang!
ECW. Oh, those were good.
It's not W, it's dub.
Oh, no, it was EC. I was there. ECW Arena. I was there. I got in the ring. I stood next to Johnny Grunge and Rocco Rock. I was in the
Balls
ECW
Mahoney.
arena. I met Balls Mahoney. He's dead now, but I met him.
He had a heart attack.
I had a great conversation with him. I bought his Best of Balls Mahoney DVD, and he autographed it for me.
See, you are a wrestling fan.
Yeah, not nowadays, but back then, yeah, 100%.
No, me too. That's look, when ECW was on Friday nights, it was ECW, then roller derby. It was the best fucking doubleheader, and my wife is still with me. I used to watch ECW, roller derby, and then like Boris Karloff, whatever the horror shit was.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Anyway, let's go to the Scotty chat. Before we not yet, don't do it yet. Before we name the show, it's time for the Scotty and chat. Hang on, he's going crazy. He is moving to Arizona. Yes. You must have just had a coffee and woke up. Hang on, what's next? I thought you said Big B was moving. Yes. Are you eating piss fern salads? Whatever happened to Lady Midget thing? You try and book a guest, for fuck's sakes. Come on with me during Endless Summer Beach Party. We'll have a blast. I'm seriously jealous. About what? Eating piss fern.
Or maybe I'm moving because I'm moving to Arizona. I don't know.
Did you Hyman's speech?
That's Heyman, Paul Heyman for
Yes,
ECW.
love Paul
I don't
Heyman.
know what speech you're talking about.
He was the
man in ECW. He was the creative mind. I was actually just watching a documentary on the rise and fall of ECW, which is on the Peacock Network, and he was the man behind all of that. He was not the owner of ECW, but he was the creative force behind it.
And now he's with WWE, I guess they call
Yeah,
it.
it's E now.
And he is the manager of the Samoan. It's actually getting very interesting.
Oh, I haven't
But
watched in a long time.
he
Scotty says
was-
the Hall of Fame. I did not see the Hall of Fame speech.
Yes,
I
he
will.
was
I will look it up on the
inducted.
Peacock Network, but I haven't seen it.
He was inducted into the Hall of Fame. He talked to his kids. You should Google it. He I love Paul Heyman. I'm a Paul Heyman guy.
Oh, he was great. He was great
Right.
in ECW. I'm not when it comes to WWF and all that and what he did in WCW. But what he did in ECW was phenomenal.
Yeah, and I mean, the guy's phenomenal.
Yes.
There is nothing better than, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. And he does what he does.
Yep.
All right. Scotty, great to have you in chat. Join me for Endless Summer at some point. We'll catch up. It's time to name the show. I'm going away tomorrow. Big B's got a lot on his plate. All right. Here's what I have. I liked it when Mike said, I have not wore pants all week. I really like that. I don't care. I know it's Twitter shit, show no, whatever. Do I make you Randy?
There you go.
I also wrote down as a show note, a patch used for dog relief.
Aha.
Also I wrote down a lot of shit tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not in violation. A genealogist. I'm just reading you all the shit I wrote.
Yep.
Now, here's my favorite three in no necessary. Well, it's the last two I'm struggling with, but I really like this one. Natalie Knows Naples.
Oh, the influencer.
Definitely throw that in for a show name. But my two came down to, and they're very, very similar. Fern P.
Uh-huh.
My other one is Piss Rain.
Piss Rain.
Yeah. Those are my two for the show. You've got to have six.
I have five.
Okay, they're close.
And we're all along the same lines. A lot of names came out of that one Fern story.
Yes.
Now, I have Dog Piss Ferns.
That's your number one.
No. That's my submission will be at the end, as it always is.
No, but that's your number one. No.
Yes, that's Dog Piss Ferns.
Yeah.
I also have Fern Pea.
It's just so beautiful. I had piss, but well, you're a little more polite than me.
You said my fancy chapeau.
That's a good show note.
I like that. Then we had, from the final story of the night, defecation threat.
Yeah, well, that's a good one. That's not your number one, though.
That is not my number one.
I can't wait.
Again, from the Fern story, I believe you said piss vinaigrette.
I like it. Piss vinaigrette it is, ladies and gentlemen.
That was great.
There you go. We have a lot of fun. All right. Let's close it off. Scotty, Reach out to me. Me and you. Endless summer. You bring on that. Who is that other person?
What other person?
That thing he wouldn't give a gender to.
Oh, the video game, the
I know the game, but what was the
business
purpose?
partner?
What was his alter ego?
I have no fucking. I don't remember. I blocked that portion of my life out.
Yeah, we got to go back to that because we say, is it a guy or a girl? It is just
right. There was never an answer to anything. It was
Scotty, reach out to me, you and Chair, and that fucking character you were. The marketing extraordinaire.
Was always a mystery.
We'll see you next Friday. Countdown to moving to Arizona. Epicenters, all kinds of fun. Piss Vinaigrette. The name of the show.
I want you to pack up and get out. Get the hell out of here!
Go. Just go. Get out. Get the hell out!
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!